March 2019. And before we get into the reading, I wanted to make a few announcements. So there will be some changes to my channel. And as a side note, shout out to my sponsors. Now, the new developments is I now have a join button. At the bottom of all my videos, or even on my channel, you will see that you can press join if you would like to become a sponsor and show your support to this channel. Now, you get access to exclusive content, you get to have access to my Discord, you get different custom emojis and badges and so on and so forth. So if you would like to support this channel, that's one way that you can show your support. There are some new developments on my channel, such as different kinds of content. I've started to branch outside of the realm of tarot. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm going to stop doing monthlies. I will always continue doing that, but I wanted to do something different. That way you guys have, some versatility, something different to watch on here. I've started a narcissism series, and up here I will put up my videos where the first one I've done is called Defeating the Narcissist, or How to Defeat the Narcissist. And the other video is going to be called Narcissists Love Triangulation. Also, I've decided to start doing vlogs, and I have my first vlog that I'll put up in the video here as well. It should be here or here, and that is called Vlog Day 1, A Day in the Life of Mistress Lotus. I had a great time shooting this. I had a great time editing it, so I think this is something that I'm going to continue doing as well. But mainly, I know you guys see my Capricorn Lives Matter hoodie. So since I'm able to offer merch now, there are so many different designs to choose from. Of course, this being the Zodiac hoodies. And I will also put the link in the video as well. And I also wanted to let you guys know that since YouTube hasn't been notifying people when I go live, I figure I'd just make this announcement now. I've started doing daily readings live, and I do these between the hours of 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Central Time. So guys, be sure when you hit that subscribe button, make sure that the notifications are on. Hit that notification bell. That way, every time I go live and every time I post a video, you will be notified. Now, even if YouTube is still drunk as hell and you guys don't get that notification, guys, just go to my channel and check me out. And also, I'm doing one question for $20 every time I go live. So if you miss me one day and you would like to get one question answered, you can send me that super chat the next time I go live and you will get your question answered. Also, guys, I want to thank everybody for liking, commenting, and sharing these videos. Your engagements help these videos get out to more people. It helps me get on the recommended, and so I really appreciate that. So guys, be sure to leave a like, drop your comments below, especially if you have any suggestions or ideas for new merch. We also have professional narc slayer merch. We be slaying the narcissists. And also we have Lotus Squad merch and Stay Blessed Not Stressed merch. Usually at the bottom of my videos there will be a merch shelf where you can kind of browse while you're watching the video, but it'll give you the option to click on one of them just to kind of browse through the site to see what I have. And let's get into this reading, Taurus. So I already know, Taurus, it's like we've been talking about that whole bull in the china shop type of energy, right? So we may be dealing with people that make us feel that way, or people may be viewing you guys in that light. And I feel like there's been a lot of personality clashes with every sign. So it's not just you. And I feel like right now more than ever, we're starting to look at what it is that we need to do to move forward in our lives, who we need to keep, who we need to get rid of, just the different things that we need to do to improve our lives. Now, Taurus. Wow. So, all right. So I guess we're going with it. We have a lot of cards coming out here. We have a lot of cards coming out here. And I feel like there's just so much happening within you, so much happening around you right now that it's kind of hard to take a minute to take a breath, And so far I have multiple reversals that concern friendships, finances, relationships. There are things that are taking place that, you know, will incite major change in your life. So major upheavals that you guys have to look forward to. And so far we have 3 major arcana coming out. So definitely a lot of things that are taking place, Taurus. And with that being said, I just feel like now that you have decided to move on in your life, there's just a lot of delays that you're dealing with currently. You could be dealing with some injustices, and I'm going to go ahead and start showing you guys the cards. That way, you know, once I get into the reading, you guys can see how everything is laid out, and I will get straight into it. But just seeing this, I feel like so far there could be something concerning a third-party situation, because I even see the 3 of Pentacles reversed here in the near future, or rather towards the end of the month of March. And so with that being said, I really feel like there's something here where, you know, somebody has found out about a third party, or, you know, maybe someone has involved you in a third party situation and you've decided to move on. You're not taking the initiative anymore to move forward with someone here. It could be a Libra, or it could just have something to do with friendships, where you're deciding, okay, maybe it's 3 friends where you decide, I'm done. I'm tired of the BS. You know, I don't want to work together with anybody anymore, and that's that. Now, with that being said, Taurus, let's go ahead and cut the deck here, and let's lay everything out, and I will show you the cards. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, very interesting energies to say the least, Taurus. Very, very interesting to say the least. Now, we have this 4 of Wands reversed at the bottom of the deck. There's definitely a breakdown in communication, and there seems to be a lack of stability regarding your home. You feel like, you know, you're not really receiving the fortune that you were hoping to receive. Things aren't really coming to fruition for you. Some of you guys could have been focused on marriage or a relationship here where you were wanting to commit, or someone was wanting to commit to you. And unfortunately, it looks like you guys could be dealing with divorces or breakups, and it's because of a breakdown in communication. No one is really hearing the other, no one is understanding the other, and so therefore whatever you guys were wanting commitment-wise is not coming to fruition. Now let's go ahead and bring this down so you guys can see. Okay, and we will start with this 4 of Wands reverse, because I want to talk about this a little bit. You know, this is all about not just bumping heads, but nobody is really trying to hear the other's perspective. Therefore, things are unresolved. I even see the Princess of Swords. So I see here that there's someone who has not delivered on their promises, someone who is all talk and no action. And someone has picked up on that and decided to block communication. I even see that there's some miscommunication, and you guys may have received some sort of bad news. This could be from an air sign, or just someone coming in with some sort of communication, expressing some sort of news that just wasn't good to you. And so I feel like there could have been some miscommunication going on. For some of you, it could be with an Aquarius. I also feel like you guys are, for the most part, maintaining your calm and, you know, creating an energy of serenity. I also see with this Knight of Wands, it could be a fire sign that you guys are dealing with currently, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, where you're moving on from this person, or you guys are making a physical move. Maybe you guys have lost out on a job in the past, and now you're going out and looking for new work, and you're not really focused on relationships, things like that, just due to the fact that someone has not delivered on their promises. And it just seems to be a lot of miscommunication going on with this situation. Now, I also see, let's see, let's put these back together the way they were. Okay, so I also see that the 5 of Cups reversed, you know, either you or someone that you were involved with has decided to move on, and there's no tears about it. It's just, it is what it is, right? So everyone has moved on, but no one is crying over spilt milk at this point. So I feel like going into the beginning of the month, you finally accept certain things that cannot be changed, any conflicts or challenges you've been dealing with. You just decide to push forward and not really give it too much thought at this point. I even see the Ace of Wands reversed. So anything concerning other people, you know, I feel like you guys will finally decide to just turn down this new beginning. You know, if there was any relationship where things were physical, that has now come to pass. In regards to creative pursuits, I feel like there are some delays that's causing a lot of frustration for you. And it's just making you feel like you don't really want to take the initiative anymore. It just kind of feels like the wind has been taken out of your sails, and you know, there's just a lack of passion here at this point. Now, this could be in reference to a Libra or a fire sign so far from what I'm seeing. I also see the Death card in reverse, so it could be a Scorpio as well, the Emperor reversed, Aries, and the Hierophant reversed, which is your energy. So it could be with a fellow Taurus as well. But with this Justice card in the challenge position, so I see that there could be a Libra that you're dealing with currently, or just a situation where you feel like injustices have been done against you, and people have been unfair. People could be viewing you this way, and that's where the source of a breakdown of communication comes in. I mean, either or, just apply it to your situation, because I know I have cross watchers that watch it as well. So I try to cater to all sides, but I definitely feel like somebody feels like someone has been dishonest. There's an imbalance in the relationship, and is, you know, it's creating a lot of friction. And I also feel like with the Three of Pentacles reversed, you know, it's like now you've decided I don't want to work together, or someone else has decided that, you know, regarding you. And it's just because everyone involved seems to feel like their idea is right without really considering the perception of others. But it could be someone else's approach, because I did notice that the Knave of Swords was reversed. So I feel like somebody was really abusive in their communication, very unstable communication, almost hostile. And now there's someone that's decided, you know what, I don't want anything to do with you. Or you could be saying, I don't want anything to do with, you know, anyone else due to this type of unstable communication. Also, you guys may have been hoping to start training or start a new job. Maybe it has something to do with creatively, or a roommate situation here where everybody's not really pulling their own weight. You may finally decide that you just need to go it alone, and that would maximize your potential at manifesting what it is that you desire in your life. Now, I also feel like there could have been, like I said before, a third-party situation, and the Judgment reversed. You know, you guys definitely made a major decision here not to revive something. So there's a lack of rebirth. And it's because someone is not looking within. And I definitely feel like there's just a lot of ego-based communication and ego-based behavior taking place here. So no one's really wanting to hear the other side, and it could be on both ends, just depending on the situation or just how everyone is viewing the other. And in fact, because everyone is viewing each other in that light, that definitely makes things a lot more difficult to resolve. And this could just be in reference to three friends, where you're starting to feel like, okay, you know, it's just better if I don't try and work with these people or help these people. It's better if I just move forward and focus on myself. But there is a little bit of depression that you're working through. You feel like you're not yet liberated from what has come to pass here. And I feel like you had to make not only a major decision to let go of certain people in your life, but you've made major decisions not to reunite with people from your past. Just because, you know, there's a lack of happiness, and, you know, it just doesn't really seem like everybody is willing to work together or to hear the other out. Now, the advice position, we have the Six of Swords reversed, which refers to either canceled travel plans. You could have been planning to move somewhere, or maybe you're returning from a trip. It could have a lot to do with, you know, because of whatever you're dealing with a commitment here, where things now have come to an end, and now you have to go back to where you came from, if that applies to you. But I also see with the Six of Swords reversed, you're feeling stuck emotionally and mentally, and you're starting to feel like you're sinking a little bit because of some unresolved issues with, you know, someone that may have been exclusive in the past with you, friendships, even family relationships, where it just doesn't really seem like everybody is wanting to come together. I also feel like the Six of Swords reversed, be very, very careful how you speak to others, and make sure that you hold other people accountable for how they're speaking to you, because I have a feeling usually when you see the Six of Swords reversed that it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And so at this point, it may have created some unresolved issues to where it's stuck on your mind. And if need be, it may just be best if everybody could, you know, revisit whatever it is, whatever conflict it is that you're dealing with, and speak, in an amicable manner. That way things can be resolved and everyone can move forward. But at this point, you're feeling stuck. You may be feeling stuck, financially. You could be feeling stuck in the living situation that you're currently in. It may not be fulfilling for you, or just a roommate situation where people are not holding their own weight. This could also refer to, again, friendships, exes, things like that. I feel like if you're able to rehash things in, a calm manner, and you make sure everyone else approaches you in a calm manner, then things could be hashed out. You don't have to, keep each other in your lives, but, maybe rediscussing some things to where everything's put into perspective and everyone is understanding each other can help alleviate some of these energies here. Now, and especially any frustrations that you have creatively, maybe just striking out on your own, focusing on yourself, not working with others, can help you to reestablish or reignite that passion. I also see the Death card here in the reverse, so I see some Scorpio energy here with this. I also feel like there's something that either you are not letting end, or someone external to you, they're not letting something end. And someone is unable to move on from someone that they've been involved with. So this could be you, Taurus, or those around you that you have decided to walk away from, right? So I definitely feel like the fact that things are kind of up in the air, they're not copacetic at all at this point. It's leaving everyone kind of stuck on any conflicts and issues that may have come about. Now, Taurus, I see that this is in your hopes and fears. I feel like you guys don't really want anything conventional, or maybe you guys have been involved with someone here that doesn't really want anything conventional. And I also feel like there could be some issues regarding if you guys are dealing with law, if you guys are dealing with lawyers, things like that. There could be some issues where things are not really going according to plan, or, this could have a lot to do with the home, family, things like that, where legal disputes have not gone in your favor, or have not gone in the way that you had hoped they would, especially with relationships as well. And so I feel as though, whatever you're looking for is not external to you, Taurus. It is inside of you. So whatever you're looking for in other people and other things, things like that, you can find it within yourself. You have the knowledge within you to do what you need to do for you. But I feel like you're fearing that, you want to throw caution to the wind and challenge the status quo. You fear that a little bit because that would require you to step outside of your comfort zone. Now, the outcome is the Emperor reversed. So here we are. We have a fatherly figure here, or someone that is a CEO of a company, or just someone who runs the show when it comes to the workplace, different institutions, organizations, things like that. But mainly I see family references for sure, where someone is extremely abusive. And this is male energy. This is the father. So I feel like there's someone here that is extremely abusive. It could be an Aries, or just someone within your family, someone within the workplace that is a tyrant. They're very controlling. They're very inflexible and rigid. They will not consider other perceptions outside of their own, which makes for a volatile and hostile situation. Things will not be resolved until this person can get a hold of themselves, get a grip, and not be so abusive. I also feel like there's a narcissistic quality to a male that you may be dealing with here, or just a male in general, where they are just, again, very abusive. And unfortunately, that's where the source of this conflict is coming from, is stemming from. Let's go ahead and clarify these. Five of Cups reversed. So we have the King of Swords. And I feel like at this point, everyone has said their piece. They've spoken their truth. And now everyone is cutting ties. Period, point blank. They're using logic. No one is emotional at this point. Just like with this Five of Cups reversed, everyone has accepted that things, that they cannot change, and they've just decided they're going to speak their truth, move on, and leave it at that. This is also someone who can remove themselves from the emotions of a situation, and so in doing so, they're able to be logical in their decision making. And I just feel like, Taurus, if this is your energy where you've decided to sever some bonds, you know, this is in your best interest. You're putting your feelings aside and you are just being logical about whether or not certain people are good for you. I also see this Four of Cups, so there is definitely an offer made that either you have decided not to take or someone else decided not to take you up on your offer. I also feel like it's because someone is so focused on whatever they've got going on that they just are completely unavailable. I also feel like there's someone here, someone who is depraved, a depraved man here, definitely someone who's dishonest, someone who is very forceful in their communication. They try to be very aggressive. Someone has a lot of pride, and so someone has realized that and decided, you know what, I'm going to move on from this. You know, this situation is just kind of, you know, creating this energy of indifference. There's someone that's just not, they're not really feeling it, and that's just that. And I feel like someone got their feelings hurt because of that. And they reacted in such a presumptuous and prideful way, in an arrogant way, that it caused way more friction than necessary. And it's all because someone has spoken their truth. Justice. So we have the Two of Cups reversed, and this is all about breakups. So you guys could definitely be dealing with, you know, divorces, broken contracts, or just, you know, imbalances with all of your relationships, friendships, associates, or otherwise. And so I feel like you've decided you don't want to reunite with people for that very reason. There could also be an issue of insecurity that gets in the way of establishing a balanced relationship, but you still are balancing work and home. You're balancing work and play. And I feel like, you know, you guys have good time management, you guys are organized, and, you know, that's going to be where your focus shifts from the center of March to the end of March. So I definitely feel like many decisions have been made to not reunite with certain people. And, you know, if that's what's best for you, Taurus, then continue forward regardless of what anyone else has to say about it. But I just feel like everyone needs to be receptive, because I still feel like there's a lot that could be on your mind right now. And that Four of Wands reverse came back out again, and it could have a lot to do with a breakup or, you know, a broken marriage, broken homes, things like that. Three of Pentacles reversed. Wow. Okay. So we have the Moon reversed and the Queen of Swords. So we have some Pisces energy and more air energy coming out. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Pisces energy here. With that alone, I just see right off top with this Moon reversed, someone was being extremely deceptive. You're releasing your fears, but you're still extremely unhappy about the way that things have transpired. There's also someone here that has spoken their truth. This person has been through hell and back, you know, so they're able to call a spade a spade. It is what it is, and they are also severing bonds. They are also communicating, okay, I don't want to collaborate with you, or you may be, again, speaking your truth, you know, towards the end of the month, or receiving communication that someone just feels deceived and they're not willing to move forward with this. But I also feel like you could be receiving communication about some sort of job or some sort of training here that may not come to fruition. But I definitely see that regardless of that, there's going to be, because I see the King and the Queen here, which is good. Okay, at first we had communication coming from a reversed Knave of Swords, and that is not good communication. You know, calling people names, you know, like calling somebody a bitch, you know, trying to cut somebody down for their mistakes, things like that. Someone has stood up against that. And seeing the Queen and King here, I feel like at some point you guys will realize, okay, let's just be logical about this, call a spade, and leave it alone. We don't have to be friends, but I don't want to hold any grudges, and I don't want any more altercations. And I just want to move on with my life. I also see the Princess of Pentacles, so it could be an Earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, a fellow Earth sign you're dealing with. And this person seems to be very stable. You know, they're making their money. You know, this could also refer to you, Taurus, where you're making money. You have things that are in the works, different ideas, different projects that will create a source of income for you, regardless of if you've lost out on opportunity here. I also feel like with this Knave of Pentacles, you know, there's definitely a message coming in outside of money. This could have something to do with the family. Maybe it has something to do with your home here, where you may receive bad news, but then something will start to turn around and, you know, work out in your best interest here. I also noticed the Chariot reversed. So I see some Cancer energy, and I also see the Eight of Wands reversed. So somebody is blocking the other. Definitely some canceled travel plans here. Canceled everything, you know, whoever you're dealing with is canceled. And so with this Chariot reverse, it could be a Cancer, specifically earth and air sign so far from what I see. And also a Scorpio I'm noticing as well. But especially with this here, you know, I definitely feel like, you know, you're feeling like things are not moving forward for you. You're feeling like things are out of control, and just things are not moving forward. You're feeling stuck. Yet again, further reiterating that Six of Swords reversed energy. So it may just be helpful to unblock one another and to communicate things amicably. That way, everyone involved could just move on and not have it on their minds. Judgment reversed. So I see the King of Wands reversed, another card referring to narcissism. And again, this could another card that refers to a fatherly figure or just a male. This person is abusive. They are controlling, they are prideful, they are arrogant, they are presumptuous, they are all about sex, although they may appear as though they aren't about sex. That is the only thing that's on their mind. This person will chew someone up and spit them out. They will use them for their bottom line and then throw them to the side. And it showed with that Knave of Swords reversed. This person does not know how to communicate, and they just start with the name calling. They start making threats. You know, they start, you know, trying to get other people turned against everybody else. You know, this is not the type of energy that anybody wants around. I feel like this is just extreme references to male energy. No offense to the Taurus males out there. It doesn't have to be in reference to you, but it could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or just a fatherly figure, just some male that's just not... They're not a good person at all, and that's where all this BS is coming from. And so there's definitely... someone here that's deciding, okay, well, I see that you're wishy-washy, you're flipping the script on me, and I don't have time to deal with you. And so someone doesn't like being called out for that. So then they just try and fight fire with fire. I also see the clown, the sacred clown, which is the Fool. So this is all about taking a leap of faith and stepping outside of your comfort zone and just striking out on your own and creating new opportunities for yourself, new relationships, things like that. The Sun reversed. You know, I also see a manager for sure where you guys could be dealing with workplace issues, where there could be 3 people in particular where you've dealt with their abuse, you've dealt with, you know, maybe some money coming out of your pocket for unscrupulous dealings with your money from higher ups, things like that, where there could be some legal battles going on. And, you know, I just feel like there's just a lot up in the air, or again, you know, family references where all of this is going on. But it's due to someone being a narcissist, due to someone being abusive and a tyrant. They'd rather be controlling and, you know, presumptuous. They're just very bitter. They're very bitter, and they don't want to talk to anyone, which doesn't help anything. The Sun reversed. So we have 2 cards. We have the 7 of Pentacles reversed and the 5 of Wands reversed. So I feel like you or those that you're involved with are now avoiding an argument with that 5 of Wands reversed here. There's been a lot of petty arguing, and it's now come to a close. Once and for all, you're hyper-focused on your goals. You're still a little bit upset about it because you feel like, you know, you're not receiving a return on your investments. So whatever time, energy, efforts you put into certain relationships, you just feel like you didn't get anything back. Or there could be someone else that's feeling this way towards you, however it applies to your situation. There could also be some things that you're putting your money into that, you know, kind of creates this issue where you're not finding a way to make your money work for you. I also feel like there's a lack of healing, a lack of understanding, not just with friendships, not just with love interests, but also with the family members. There could be some issues where you guys were awaiting a promotion and you ended up getting a decision where you did not receive it and someone else did, after you had put in so many years and so much effort into your work. And so you just feel like this situation is completely unfair. And so there could be some shady business dealings going on as well. I also feel like there's just a lot of things that kind of are up in the air for you right now. You feel like you're having a limited amount of success. Things are not working out for the long term. And so it's just creating a lot of stress for you. I also see the Four of Swords. So, you know, taking time to yourself to go within and to really figure out what it is that you want and how you're going to go about getting it will definitely help you to pull yourself out of your mind from all of these energies, and you can start to look forward to the future and figure out, you know, do you need to leave this workplace where there's a lot of abuse going on? Do you need to leave a living situation or a family situation where there's a lot of abuse? And I also feel like, you know, there just seems to be a lot of issues circulating around relationships, money, and, you know, whatever endeavors that you are embarking upon, especially when it comes to having your own business. Things may not be getting up off of the ground the way that you had hoped. And it could be because you were collaborating with certain people that were not helping you in your vision. So let's see what the Six of Swords reversed is about. So we have the Six of Wands reversed. So someone's feeling like they didn't receive the recognition, or, you know, they didn't receive the gratification that they felt like they deserved. And I also feel like there's a lot of egotistical behavior due to someone's insecurities, where there's a lack of success here. And I just feel like, you know, someone's attitude has changed. They went from, you know, being all in to being all out. So it's very black and white thinking and no middle ground. So that could also be a source of where these issues are coming from when it comes to breakdown communication. Also, Ace of Cups reversed. So you guys could be turning down a new love offer, or you may have made an offer to someone else and they have turned it down. And this could also refer to, you know, having trouble getting over someone from your past. So that could also be creating a lot of issues with this situation here as well. And it creates not only emotional blockages, but it creates creative blockages. And I noticed this Queen of Cups at the bottom here. This woman is very intuitive, and I feel like if you offered your heart to this person, then she may be intuitively deciding not to move forward. There could have been some communication about how, you know, maybe they didn't want to be exclusive anymore. They just wanted to be friends. This person is very loving, very nurturing, very kind-hearted, and very intuitive. She is the counterpart to the High Priestess. So either this is you, Taurus, especially for the females out there. You know, this could be the kind of energy that you're, you know, presenting. Also males, you know, you could be dealing with this type of woman as well. And I feel like either you're viewing her in a negative light, or she's viewing you in a negative light, or you're both viewing each other in a negative light. And so now it results in having to turn down a love offer. I also noticed that Knight of Cups at the bottom there. I feel like you guys have come in, you know, you may have showered someone with love and asking them out on dates and giving them money and doing this and doing that. But at the end of the day, there are some underlying issues with someone's character where they are not mature, they're depressed, they're not mentally stable enough. They're always talking about maybe even suicidal tendencies, things like that. And that can definitely kill a relationship in this situation. And so it may have either, you know, if you guys are dealing with someone who's been talking like that, talking about they're suicidal, they're depressed all the time, you may have decided to leave them alone, or vice versa. Someone else may have decided, okay, you know, if you guys have been feeling that way and expressing yourself, they may have harshly cut off communication, or, you know, done something in a way to where everyone involved is left feeling, you know, disappointed and unfulfilled. I even see the King of Cups. So, you know, I feel like you guys did make a love offer, but someone's hiding their emotions here. And so it may have created more problems because of the lack of communication. Death reversed. So we have two cards coming out. We have the Devil and the Starman. So I feel like we have a Capricorn energy here, and we have the Starman, which is the Magician. So I feel like you guys may have tried to manifest something with someone here, but it was very karmic. You guys could still be dealing with someone from your past who, you know, who you're unable to move on from, and who just basically, you know, is very karmic. It's a karmic situation, a karmic relationship here. This person's more focused on sex, drugs, rock and roll, partying, doing all these different things. I also feel like, you know, this person could be very greedy, very materialistic. And I feel like this person may have decided to strike out on their own, or you may have decided to strike out on your own, but someone's left feeling like they're unable to move on from the situation. But I definitely feel like, you know, with the Lovers reverse, someone is more concerned about sex and they're just not being open about it. Someone could have gotten angry because they weren't receiving that sexual gratification that they felt like they deserved. And so therefore they translated the lack of sex, the lack of physicality, with a lack of interest or a lack of love, and so they decided to be cutthroat about it and be very bitter about it. That's what I'm seeing. Definitely. This could be a Gemini as well that you're dealing with, or just someone where they decided, you know, it could have been a third-party situation where they chose a third party, or they decided to choose no one. They decided to focus on self-love, and that's that. But someone didn't take that right. Someone didn't take that properly. And so the Eight of Pentacles reversed, I even see that, you know, someone's looking for someone to be perfect, or looking for things to always be perfect, looking for people to be perfect. It's an unrealistic level of perfectionism that definitely seems to be getting in the way of this as well, which is also a narcissistic trait. So I definitely feel like, you know, now that we're at a crossroads, we have to decide which road we're going to choose. Do we choose the road that we've been on for all this time, or do we choose a new path and start fresh? No matter how uncomfortable it may be, you know, we need to set out and embark on a new path to create new opportunities and a new energy. The Hierophant reversed. So we have the King of Cups again. So I feel like you guys were hoping to offer your heart to someone here, but you also feared doing so. I also feel like someone else didn't want anything conventional, or because someone decided to challenge the status quo, things have now blown up and this love offer has now been declined. I also feel like you guys are fearing offering your heart just in general. So fears could be getting in the way. Insecurities and fears could be getting in the way of establishing a genuine connection here with someone. I also feel like someone is trying to, you know, send psychic attack, whether it is consciously or unconsciously. And so it's causing a lot of problems with everyone involved. I also feel like you guys are dealing with a lot of anxiety. You guys are stressed out. You guys aren't getting very adequate rest. And just there's a lot on your mind. It seems like, you know, you're unable to pull your hands from your face to look at the situation for what it is, to try and find a way to resolve it. There could be someone else that's making you feel this way, or someone else could be viewing you this way. The Emperor reversed. So I see the Hangman reversed. Yeah, so I do see some delays due to some indecision here. And I definitely feel like this could have something to do with, you know, a decision that you're awaiting regarding work. Or this could have a lot to do with a decision within the family, or just simple and plain, this could have a lot to do with just a relationship, a love offer, friendships, things like that. Someone's ego is definitely getting in the way, and someone is not letting something go because they are extremely rigid. They don't want to apologize. Again, male references. They don't want to apologize. They don't want to fix anything. They don't want to be mature and try and find a middle ground. So they'd rather just, you know, be hostile, be aggressive. You know, they'd rather hold on to their pride. But, you know, just like Pulp Fiction, the movie Pulp Fiction says, there's a quote that I absolutely love from that movie: "Fuck pride. It never heals, it only hurts." And that is very true to this. So we should put "fuck pride" for the title of this video. I also see the Three of Swords reversed. So any third-party situations and, you know, anything that's concerning, you know, reunions, people from your past, you know, everyone involved eventually will heal from, you know, what has now come to pass, or any heartbreak, things like that. But I definitely see with the Six of Chalices is just you guys could be nostalgic, or maybe you guys are wanting to reunite with someone from your past. Maybe you guys are just wanting a sexual relationship rather than a commitment, and you guys may have wanted to move forward with a commitment, but then decided to change your mind at some point here, or someone has decided to change their mind, however it applies. But I do feel like if you guys can revisit the situation with the Six of Swords reverse, just to speak your piece, not to make amends if you're not wanting to make amends, and try and get it to a point to where you guys can speak amicably, I definitely feel like you can move forward a lot better and not hold on to any negative energy. That Nine of Swords energy will dissolve. And I also feel like it will incite healing if you guys can go back and tackle the problem, talk it out, and move on, right? So that is what I have for you guys for the month of March. That was an intense reading nonetheless, but I know that you guys will get through it. And once again, you know, guys, leave your comments below. Let me know what you're dealing with. Also, as a reminder, guys, be sure to leave a like on this video. And also share if you feel like someone else could use these messages. Also, if you'd like to cop your merch, I'll also put that here again at the end of the video. That is teespring.com/stores/Lotus Designs. You can get your very own Zodiac hoodie or some Stay Blessed Not Stressed merch. And also be sure to check me out on my daily readings. If you would like one question answered for 20 bucks, you can always tune in for that as well between the hours of 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. Central. And guys, if you're new to my channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure post notifications are on so you're notified right when I go live and right when I upload a video. And also don't forget to check out my narcissism series. One of them is called How to Defeat the Narcissist and Narcissist Love Triangulation. I'll put these up at the top, as well as my vlog called Vlog Day 1, A Day in the Life of Mistress Lotus. I want to give a big shout out to my sponsors as well. Thank you guys so very much for your support. Thank you for believing in me. And if you guys are also interested in becoming a sponsor to show your support for Lotus Squad, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, you guys, stay blessed, not stressed. Peace and love.